All right, welcome to episode number 276 of the Canadian Prepper Podcast. We are recording on June the 28th, 2026. My name is Eric, host of the show based in Southern Ontario, hunter, target shooter, ham radio operator, and of course, computer geek. As a first responder, witnessed an over-reliance on emergency services during major events and started a small preparedness company to help people get better prepared for at least 72 hours, if not longer.
I'm Jeff. I'm based in Central Ontario, although I'm not there right now. I'm a target shooter, ham radio operator, general overall handyman, and weather nerd.
And I'm Brad. I'm in Eastern Ontario, where I am right now. Part-time amateur prepper, constantly trying to better myself, not having the best of luck at the moment.
I'm Frugal Gunny. Gosh, what have I done? Well, I've spent some time off the grid. I'm an off-grider, hunter, gatherer, fisherman type. And I started a little company called Off-Grid School. And I'm teaching people marksmanship skills, navigation, survival, even emergency planning. Fun stuff.
Awesome. We're joined tonight as well by Dean and Che from the annual Preppers Meet. So if you gentlemen want to introduce yourselves.
Go ahead, Che.
The same issue Eric had before the show. The mute button was on. My name is Che, and I'm the founder of the Ontario Prepper Survival Network and the Preppers Meet. It's an annual event where Canadians get together and learn various skills and knowledge amongst other preppers. So,
I'm Dean. For the past almost 20 years now, I've been running the Canadian Preppers Network. I'm also a licensed gun owner, hunter, target shooter, ham radio operator, certified remote first aider. I'm also a part of Quebec's civil security network, where we get called upon to go support local emergency services through communications. And also this year, a very big part, apparently, of the annual Preppers Meet.
Well, welcome, gentlemen. It's going to be a fun episode, I think. I've been looking forward to this one for quite a while. So.
Good to have you guys.
thank you.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to help support the show as we're doing this, you can buy some swag. We have both the Canadian Prepper Podcast t-shirt and the tactical Velcro patch at www.prepperpodcast.ca. All the proceeds help to cover our podcast costs.
And if you're enjoying the show, please take a few minutes and submit a review wherever you have found us. We want your feedback, even if it's bad. We also invite you to reach out, tell us something you've learned this week, or if there's a topic that you'd like us to have an episode on, please email us feedback@prepperpodcast.ca.
All right, so this evening we're talking about the annual Preppers Meet, which is a fantastic week crammed full of all kinds of training and educational sessions and campfires and stories and just all kinds of fun. So looking forward to that coming up. But like I said, we're talking with the organizers about it, and yeah, it's going to be a fun episode. But before we get into that, we're going to touch on some recent news. We'll update you on our personal preps. And then we'll get talking about the annual Preppers Meet. So, Jeff, you want to kick us off with the news article?
Yeah, I've got one. If people haven't heard, there was two pretty significant earthquakes in Venezuela. It's a rare phenomenon that actually happened. They had one 7.2 earthquake, followed 64 seconds later by a 7.5 earthquake. So there's been extensive damage all through a lot of Venezuela, Caracas, the capital. There's been a lot of building collapses. But as terrible as it is, we're hearing, we're getting stories that they're still pulling people live out of the rubble. So that's a good thing, as long as they can find a little bit of moisture somewhere, and they've got a way to have a little bit of water. They can survive several days being trapped under a building. So we hope everybody makes it out of there and I know there's lots of destruction, but people are working at it. So
Yeah, craziness.
Yeah.
But good news to hear people are still getting pulled out.
they
That's
just
good, at
pulled
least.
two small kids out this afternoon.
Jeez.
I heard yesterday that they pulled a 18-day-old little girl out.
Wow.
That'd be awesome. I didn't hear that, but that would be
Yeah.
that'd be awesome if that.
Yeah,
they did.
I have no idea where that came from. One of the
Oh, I
people in the
wouldn't
house-
doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that it's legit. I'm not
wouldn't doubt it
questioning
either.
the legitimacy of it.
Yeah.
I
I don't remember who told it to me. Somebody in the house here, either the wife or one of the kids here, that they were looking stuff up and came across their feeds on some sort of socialist platform that said, yeah, this happened too. So it was like, sweet, that's awesome.
Oh.
Really good to hear.
Yeah. It's quite a story for entering the world.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. So
With that, let's move into what we've done lately for preps. We'll kick off with Brad.
So bunch of fuel rotations, trying to keep up with outside housework. Lots of clearing of the underbrush and whatnots around the outside of the property. I've done 5 scrap runs in the last 3 weeks. A little bit of extra cash in hand to go spend at APM next week.
Very nice.
Yeah, I have worked on I'm 99% done the little awning that I wanted to make for my cargo trailer / camper that I'm bringing down to the meet. Pulling in some good hours for work. Busy season is here for us, and we're going nuts. And then just trying to survive like everybody else. So that's me. Jeff?
See what you did there. Survival podcast, trying to survive. Well done, sir.
Yep.
Nice.
I am still in the midst of winter cleanup. Everybody knows, or at least we talked about that we had that really bad ice storm last year, and it weakened so many trees that I had stuff come down in the winter. So I'm still cleaning up from that, getting all my firewood ready for next year. I pretty well burned through all I had this winter. It was long and cold, so we'll see what's coming up. I did pick up a couple of more propane tanks, got them filled. So got them certified and filled, so they're good for 10 more years. So I did some fuel rotation as well. I went out to the local First Nations spot and got some non-ethanol premium for my small motors. Literally paid 2 cents more a liter than I pay for regular at the local Costco, and that was for premium.
Of course.
So it's a bit of a drive, but I filled 3 gas cans, so 60 liters. So that should do me for the summer.
Very nice.
And that's all you're running in your small engines.
Yeah, my chainsaw, my lawnmower,
Nice.
my wood splitter, my weed eater, all that stuff. Yep.
Yes.
Very nice. So for myself, I know this one is going to be shocking and weird for me because I never do anything like this. But rebuilt my my ham radio station here. The Jeff mentioned the ice storm that went through last year. It took down my main dipole. So I finally was able to find a replacement for it. One of the local hams here had a vertical antenna for sale, and it checked all the boxes for me. So I picked that up and got it all set up, and I'm back to being able to transmit at 1 kilowatt if I want, because why not? So I tested that out, and I've been able to make contacts all around the world again. So yes, I'm a happy nerd again. Beyond that, was out camping with the kids the last couple of days, so we were able to get out and test a few things here, which again, ham radios, because why not? I got the portable setup all up and running, and back on the Morse code bandwagon. So I was able to put a call out there and get a few people to come back to me, and then went, I have no idea what you just said, but I could send things. So, getting there. Getting there. Practice makes perfect. So
Absolutely.
that's it for me. Gunny.
Well, geez, on my end, it's been pretty busy. I've been working on the ultimate prep, which is, I guess, your financial means of survival. So I've been doing a lot of work on the professional side, trying to advance myself there. Meantime, spent a good bit of time taking care of the financial preps. Did you have your taxes in order, gentlemen? So that's what I've been working on, taking care of all that, and been growing the little business. It's been keeping me busier than I ever thought it would. And the agenda that's been keeping me busy is the firearms agenda. I thought people would be more interested in the navigation in case their cell phones died. Nope, not a peep about that stuff. It's all about the firearms, folks.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's what's been going on with me. Other than that, I'm preparing to drop a little bit of money into my good old Tacoma. It needs some maintenance. It's getting close to rounding the 300,000 kilometer mark. And so, yeah, that means it's time to put a bit of money back into it. Differentials, spark plugs, all that stuff starts to accumulate. And so if you don't take care of it, that thing is just going to drop you when you need it the most. So that's what I've been up to.
Very nice. Hey, Che and Dean, do you guys have anything you'd like to add to this section, or should we move into the main section?
Let's see. My bean garden is doing well. Protein source. In terms of actual preps for just information in general, I'm a big tough book guy, and you got to get the right specific. If you get the right model, or the same models or similar models, then you can swap hard drives out interchangeably, quite in the batteries too, very easily, which is nice, and you can go between machines. What I discovered, which was quite neat, you might respect this or appreciate this as a techie nerd. I sure do. I'm big on the tough books, and I've got the Linux, all the operating systems between them with various things. Then, of course, AI is just opening up so many doors. Forget the preparedness thing. It's in so many different areas. Even with Johnny was saying, with maintenance and vehicle maintenance, I was already thinking about how can we create a structure or something specific for maintenance, regular maintenance. You can take photos to update some sort of CRM to communicate on a regular basis with all the things you have going on in your life. So big on computers, AI, tough books. That's the last week, and of course the preppers meet is a big is always a lot of energy leading up to the last couple of weeks with it, just with instructors and logistics and whatnot. So that's taken up a tremendous amount of time as well, which I'm sure Dean will elaborate on. So there you go. Awesome. One other thing, this is the tech thing. I don't know. Did you know this, Eric? You can reset your BIOS, the battery. You can do it with the tough book specifically. You can say, my battery was dead on the book.
Yep.
And everybody's gone through, we're old enough here. We've gone through a few laptops where the battery's dead, and that can be impractical in a situation. If it's grid down and whatnot, you might want to use it. When you can also dim the screen as well in these laptops, which is especially useful from a battery consumption point. Anyways, there's something built into the BIOS which does a read on the battery, and it recalibrates the batteries. And I don't know what specific type of battery it is, but I was like, wow. And my battery's good now for like 2 hours, and it was down to like 2 minutes. So
interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was a neat little thing.
I've got a CF20 that I got kicking around. So
there you go. The CF54 was a Function F9, I think it was, the BIOS boot process, and it does this whole process. And suddenly the battery I had that I thought was dead, back to life. 2 hours. Nice. 2 hours back to life. Worth mentioning.
Nicely.
Good to know. And Darius in the live chat mentioned he's got a tough book with a full emergency digital reference library downloaded to it. So
I think it's a great way to go. I've done something similar, but very portable. It's a tiny little SSD. Fits about into that little jean pocket nobody has a use for. It fits into one of those. Yeah, it fits into that, and it'll go with a USB C cable. You can plug that straight into your phone or your laptop or whatever you got. And I've got about 40 some gigs worth of books. It's my Restart Civilization thing. It's the equivalent of Darius's. But the only thing is, if you're going to do that with a little SSD, everybody, you got to power it up on the regular. Yep. If you don't power it up on the regular, that data can degrade on you. And now your little investment in time and curating all those books is gone. So make sure you
It's
give
almost
it
like those
power.
things run on static or something. Hey, Dean, you got anything?
Well, myself, I've been working lately on a new to me, but very much not new RV. Getting that set up as a bug out vehicle, equipping it, and doing silly little things like installing a ham radio in it. Go figure.
You don't say.
Stocking it up and trying to get it ready to make the 8-hour drive over to Prepper's Meet next week.
Nice.
So hopefully, if I make it there with it, you'll see me there with a little RV as a bug out vehicle.
Very nice. Look forward to checking it out. I have no doubt you'll make it.
It's going to be the party van.
If I have to.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. Dean bought it last year. He sent me some photos. It's a real, was it 85 Dodge?
In 1985,
Chevy.
no, it's a GMC.
Nice.
It's a GMC 3500 that it's built on. Nice little 350 engine in it with an old-fashioned carburetor. So I'm going to be looking into getting whatever spare parts might be needed in case of an EMP. Of course, there won't be any computer needed or anything fancy like that, but it does still have electronic injection, electronic ignition, and a few other things that may need replacing. So I'm starting to look into that and get some spare parts set aside in an EMP case for bugging out if I need to.
Send me a list.
You got it.
Seriously, send me a list. I've got two buddies of mine who have older square body style GM and Chev pickups, and they've got a bunch of different spare parts, most likely still hanging around. That you send me a list, I'll forward it to them and see what they want to get rid of.
Very cool.
Like that.
Will do.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, no better way to segue into the main topic than talking about an 8-hour drive to the Preppers Meet. So that's what we're talking about tonight is the annual Preppers Meet that has been going on for quite some time. And like I said, it's a fantastic event. Tons of opportunities to learn all kinds of things, meet people with a similar mindset, and just hang out for a week and have some fun and sit around the campfire, tell some stories, and meet a bunch of people. It's one of my favorite gatherings of the year. So I think it'd be a good idea to have you gentlemen on to talk about it. Tell us about what's new this year, what's sticking around from years past, and what everybody can kind of expect. And what some folks that have never been might be getting themselves into.
Well, there's a lot of crazy people there, flat earthers, conspiracy theorists.
Well, that's the best thing.
Yes.
Tinfoil hat.
We'll start there.
Yes, bring your tinfoil hat. Yes, pack your tinfoil for your hats. Yeah, absolutely.
I would gamble. If I were a gambling man, I would say there's probably the way that we plug it is this is family orientated. I'm an android. It's the Vulcan. It doesn't matter if you're left or right. I don't care about your orientations or whatever. Like none of that matters. In my corporate position, and Dean knows this, and he can probably elaborate on it. But it's all about the skill, and it's all about the knowledge. And I think this is the hammer that we got to drive home. And just remove all the drama with any of the politics that some of these other events have had over the years, and because it doesn't change. And you guys know this just as well as anything else. It comes down to the core skills, really. If you're in a situation where you got to survive on the woods, but of course, we kind of cover everything. With the Preppers Meet, we try to keep it diverse and have things you can sit down and the older folks and maybe get the PowerPoint in. In some sort of lecture that way. And of course, the opposite would be getting your hands dirty, building something, getting into the woods, maybe some knife skills. My knot skills are rusty. And that, to be honest with you, I thought that would be a good way just for me. Say hello to people. We'll do some hitches and knots in the corner with some archery with Wolf. It's going to do the axe throwing too and slingshots. And that's always good for the kids. And we have we're becoming more official. So Andrea is got some kids program. I mean, Dean knows more about that. Maybe you can mention. So we're bringing on more people. We're hiring people, and it's progressively the focus is becoming more clear with the direction, if that makes sense. So, what were the kids' programs that Andrea was doing, Dean? Do you remember?
Well, Andrea had, she's bringing in some kind of internet connection. She's going to be hosting movie nights for the kids. There was something about camouflage face painting and running around in the woods, some kind of survival thing for the kids. Paint their faces up in camo and get them running around in the woods. I believe she's also going to be doing some kids archery there. That's, I guess, for mostly the 12 and under crowd, which is going to be awesome. I think it's the first year we've really had like an official kids program there. So,
Nice.
if you come with the family and, you've been like Eric and you've just been out camping with the kids and you want to pawn them off on somebody for a couple hours, great opportunity. Andrew is there for that.
Noted.
Speaking of archery, though, Wolf from Barefoot Bushcraft is going to be there. And he's teaming up actually with Slingshot Steve. So there's going to be a whole slingshot / archery / axe throwing section there. That should draw a lot of attention. And I think Shay was going to be running the naughty place in and around that area too. Gentlemen, get your minds out of the gutter. It's spelled with a K. So, and that's just a few of the things. We got a lot of things already confirmed. Believe it or not, we're still confirming people. We're still getting requests for people that want to speak. I know a lot of people have been sending emails and making comments on Facebook. They want to see this, they want to see that. We're getting to it. We're trying our best. We're in the final stretch, and hopefully everything will be finalized soon. If you wanted just a little rundown of a few of the things that we've got going on, I mentioned, Slingshot Steve and Wolf, of course, going to be there. Bug Out Dan is going to be coming back this year. He's doing a navigation with map and compass type of thing. If you want to participate in that, you should probably bring along a compass if you have one, along with a pen, paper, and notebook. That's going to be outdoors and very much hands-on. He's also coming back with his Apocalypse Apothecary, which is an extremely popular topic. So he's going to be bringing that one back. Of course, Zachary Galt from Primitive Living, he's also coming back for the fire starting demo and the challenge. A lot of the youngsters love getting involved in that too. They're pretty good at lighting fires. Hey, Doug Flinders is going to be there doing an interactive bushcraft hike. PJ Aiello is going to be there doing a talk on making tinctures and capsules. We have a return guest. He was new last year and was very popular, talking about AI with prepping. Don't worry about data centers. He's talking about doing a standalone prepping AI type of thing. And he's going to be talking about specifically creating your own prepper desk with artificial intelligence. Last year, we had a first aid instructor, Ken Piercy. He's coming back with a special presentation on Friday night called The Doctor Is Not In.
I'm looking forward to that.
Jeff.
That's going to be good.
That's going to be a good one. Yeah. Jeff from Prepper Podcast fame is going to be there talking about water. Also, I heard a rumor that Eric might be there talking about, I don't know, maybe ham radio.
That's weird.
You
You must have heard wrong. That can't be right.
That can't be
Might
true.
be a new topic for him, but anyway.
See what I can do.
And there may be something else special coming up with Prepper Podcast, but we're going to wait and confirm that and maybe announce it later. I don't want to spoil anybody's surprise on that. That's just some of the stuff that's coming up, and there's much more than that confirmed and in the works. And if you're looking to see what exactly is going to be there, keep an eye on our Facebook page. We're starting to put out little adverts and stuff like that, letting people know what's coming up. An exact schedule we haven't come up with yet. It's very dynamic. Things are still moving around a lot. But trust me, The popular
Tell me.
people are there. There's going to be new people there, and it's just going to be an awesome time.
Fantastic. It's always, like I said, it's always a good time. I've been going for years and always enjoy it. Shay's 100% correct. The whole welcoming atmosphere of everybody is like the best part of it, right? Everybody's, you're free to have your own thoughts and feelings about anything and everything that you want to think about there, but everybody else accepts it, kind of listens to your point of view, gives their part of the point of view as well, but it doesn't get nasty. Right, everybody just kind of accepts each other and validates each other and lets each other kind of talk about their different ways of doing things, and it's an accepting kind of atmosphere. I think is the best way to put it.
Yeah, everybody really is there for the knowledge I found, and that was the greatest thing about this event. Yeah, really, that's what I found the biggest thing amongst all the people, other presenters, walk-ins, people that just randomly stop and talk to you. They're all there for the knowledge, and that's one of the best things about this place. So looking forward to it.
And the venue is really top notch.
Yes. Yeah. We should actually talk about that and mention where this is being held.
Well, Dean, what do you think?
Oh, this is all you.
It's smooth over the
So we move on to a different question. We'll answer this one later.
The venue. Here's the thing: the venue. I mean, how do I articulate this? Yes, venues are. The thing with the venue is there's going to be a unique group of people in a year or two or three that are going to refer to the Dieter days as this sort of almost folklore. It's like this. It was this spot where you had to park. You needed to walk, and there were no washrooms, and it was it was very limited area, and it was everything was very awkward and close and whatnot. And then we did the bunker as well, the Arc 2. We did the Slovenian place, which is an interesting place as well. So we're gonna have some news about that next week about the venue. Soon. So, Dean, would you like to elaborate? I don't know how to word this. It's a nice place. There's spring water there, and what I think is important with venues is being accommodating and respectful. And you had mentioned about having diversity in conversations, and Frugal as well, talking about it doesn't change really. It's sort of secondary to the focus, and the focus has always been the skills and the knowledge. Yeah. Really. And it's like, Sharon, I've got an old Volkswagen I picked up. It's an EMP proof, all mechanical motor. It's amazing. I love it. And if I were to go to an enthusiast Volkswagen event and say this is EMP proof, and this other person is an EMP, everything about them is irrelevant. Their religion, we have this common interest. And we're able to share this common, with the preparedness event that we've got going on here, which I'm trying to make more community and public as well. That's always going to be the focal point. So it is cool too. I mean, we do get some, we don't get people like with neon signs and, like, hey, aliens, but we do have disproportionate number of people that share varying beliefs in different things, and this is just the nature of preparedness. We have this pie. Some of them are, most of us are certainly in this tribe right here. We're all, kind of down to earth, and we just see the forest for the trees. The power's gone out enough times, or what have you, that just preparedness on some basic level makes sense, right? We're grown men. It's the right thing to do.
Yep.
But there, I'll Dean back there. I'll let him ramble about the venue.
Dean's back.
You well said your speech earlier, Dean. It was great. Great little ramble.
Yeah, thanks. All I'm gonna say is just like at this point in time when we're getting really close to the event starting up, is again keep an eye on that Facebook page. A lot of announcements are coming out. Some of them are actually quite funny. Shay's been coming out with some really original artwork there, making some announcements and stuff. So I know a lot of people have been asking questions on the Facebook page. I've been getting emails, I've been getting phone calls, I've been getting all sorts of things. Stay patient, everybody. Keep an eye on that Facebook page because a lot of stuff is coming out this week. We're really getting close to it, and a lot of news is coming up. So all your questions are going to be answered. Keep an eye on that Facebook page. Subscribe to it so that you get updates, whatever you have to do. And news is coming out, folks. Lots of it. So stay tuned.
Cool.
All right.
If you don't mind, I'd like to redirect a little focus here to Saturday night because I think Dean kind of summarized a lot of the cool events that are happening, but quite nicely. But we also have our themed apocalypse music from the 30s and 40s.
I saw that.
And following, we're going to have our little bit of an intro. Me and Dean are going to get up there, a little birthday cake for somebody that doesn't know yet. Big surprise. A little bit of banter back and forth. We are going to have your show. Whose birthday is it? Whose birthday? Did I miss something? It's
we're assuming it's somebody's birth. We're assuming it's somebody's birthday because there's cake. So.
Yes. Oh, I apologize. I thought somebody's like, oh, I know now. It's like mine. Like they was given up. Like they figured it out. It's for. Yeah. That's what I was like. It was Frugal's birthday. I got to get him cake now as well.
It's all of our birthdays. Just FYI.
I gotta. Well, there'll be plenty of cake to go around. But more importantly, sir, Saturday evening, we're going to have a wonderful podcast being held at the main stage of the preparedness event. I'm going to have some tiki torches and some patio lights, kind of set up the atmosphere for all the folks that are there. So it'll be kind of cool to have the socialization component and you gentlemen doing your thing in the background. And we'll certainly, embrace that in whatever way we can. If you guys wanted to have maybe some participants come up during the show.
Oh, fantastic. Absolutely.
Or something like that, or bug out Dan for a minute here or there. But I'm looking forward to that Saturday evening. That sort of, nonchalant, no pressure, social component. And if you remember, we had a guy named Jeff as well years ago at Dieter's place, and he mentioned this for another venue we were looking at. He said, "What do we have like some bands and some stuff like that? That's too much. We need to, prepare. Let's get the guns, the beans." And I guess I'm getting a little older now. So it's like, maybe we should do something a little bit more sociable in the evenings. So so you are presenting. That's something your Canadian Prepper podcast is doing Saturday night.
Yes.
On the main stage at the event. Did you have anything, did you gentlemen have any format, something special in mind? You're going to we're all special shirts, same shirts.
We're probably going to do the same as we did last year, and just sit down and banter about what we've seen so far, what's been going on at the meet. We had a couple of listeners come up and chat with us, and just kind of see where it takes us and who wants to talk about what. And it's really an open forum, and just Beautiful. Chat about anything preparedness and take questions if anybody had questions. Anyone's welcome to come and join us if they'd like to come and join, and just sit around and make it kind of like a fireside chat.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and you're bang on with the whole social thing. That's where a lot of problems get solved, right? That's where you meet people, you learn, you meet someone that can solve a problem you've had for a while. You might be able to solve a problem for somebody else, and you just kind of chat about everything and nothing all at the same time. It's great.
Yeah, it would also be a great opportunity to maybe expand or even create your mutual assistance group. You're going to be meeting a lot of like-minded people there, find people in the same neighborhood, in the same area, and get together with them, get to know them. It's a great place to do it. There's no pressure. You don't have to reveal any secrets. You don't have to tell anybody, how much food you've got or how much ammunition you don't have. Anything like that. Meet with people, talk with people, expand the networking, which is a really important part of preparedness.
Absolutely is.
And
that's what I found was
on the other side. I mean, I think it's a good thing for people who can't get to the preppers meet to see what it's about, kind of from our perspective of it, and the like Eric said, the people are going to come up. They can ask questions. They can be part of the chat. But it just gives the listeners who aren't able to make it maybe a bit of a little bit of an inside view on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to try something on this particular annual preppers meet. I'm going to try to maybe do a live cast with my phone walking around, and I'll see if that's something I can do just to give people a sense of what it looks like. Just a normal 5-minute session, walking around, showing the booth and the food and, the different presentations that are ongoing. I'm going to try and do that, and we'll see if the technology will cooperate.
Budget it in. We'll get the big press shirts, the big top hats, and you'll have immunity. Dean, we'll just do whatever you want. We would love it. Yes. I think
tell them whatever you want. Be careful.
You know wrong, Frugal, sir. You are invincible. I think what's and I'm humbled here, gentlemen. It's very nice to hear these sorts of things. Preppers meet this, preppers meet that. It is me aside in any of the sort of the origins. The instructors and the people, the community are a huge component of it. But I think we should also recognize as well, there's other things going on in Ontario, and there's other preparedness groups, and I would certainly encourage people to explore all events and everything that is relating to preparedness, because we're certainly not the be-all, end-all. And if anything, I'm looking at doing this with, there's a gentleman from Oshawa Bushcraft, his name's Tell, in Bug Out Dan. We're thinking about going to the States to do a primitive skills, indigenous skills festival, to just, there's nothing to do with preparedness, but there's some hardcore, like super hardcore indigenous stuff, skills that we were attracted to, keeping up those skills and knowledge as well. So yeah, I don't know. So I lost my flow there. I'm not too sure I was going to conclude with that, but preparedness, the preppers meet in and of itself isn't the only event. There's other things out there as well. I would certainly encourage people to suggest.
Yeah, it's important, I think, to always be learning and always be bettering yourself and learning from others. And yeah, like you said, like it's a great week of tons and tons and tons of resources right there at your fingertips, willing to talk to you, willing to share knowledge and learn knowledge from other people as well. But yeah, reaching out to other groups and learning from other places as well is incredibly important, I think. So it's and this is a good opportunity to kind of meet some of those folks and branch off into other areas of interest.
I got a question. My hand up here. We're in public school. We should veer into the firearms component, because I know we are all, for the most part, on the pro firearm side of things, and I would like to get Frugal in on this conversation, and Dean as well. And I'll lead it by suggesting it this way: finding the right platform and the right place to do this, to get your restricted, non-restricted firearm license, or maybe somebody's brand new and they don't know anything. Maybe their son needs to get it just because the grandfather's getting old, or the father's getting old and they need to inherit firearms. Whatever the reasons are, I think we found a good place to streamline facilitating people not only to get their firearms, but also if they don't have it, and or if they do, if they want to experience full-time a day of training as well through the preppers meet. So we're looking to expand not just the event, but other components above and beyond the event, additional instruction, additional teaching. And that's going to involve one of your gentlemen here, Frugal, so which we can elaborate on a little bit, perhaps, if you feel inclined, sir.
I'd be glad to. Thank you for the segue. So yes, the firearms agenda is huge on everybody's mind these days. It's taking me by surprise. And because there's such a deep interest, and not that sudden, it's been growing for years now, and we are at a bit of a peak in terms of, since I've been licensed at a level of people who want to not only get their PAL, but they also want to become more proficient and comfortable. And there is a little bit of a gap here in Canada in that space. There's lots of gentlemen and ladies out there who are providing you with this CFSC and this CFRSC, the restricted safety course. And yet there is a bit of a dearth of people who actually will train you and teach you to use them efficiently, effectively, how to select one, how to fit it to you. This is the part that I am a big advocate of, is ergonomics, fitting it to you. So I'm preparing a bit of a special event. It will be revealed at the annual preppers meet. So I'm working pretty hard on this. I'm about to go scout a location. That's a hint to all of you who might be listening in, that there's going to be a location involved. So I'm going to be scouting this location, and if the location is still suitable, there will be a very rapid announcement coming. And it's going to be hopefully based on the one event. If it's a very popular thing, it will become a series of events. And the idea is to rapidly ramp people up in their skill levels in one day. That's the objective. Rapidly ramp you up in your skill set in one day, whether it's shotgun or rifle. I specifically focus a lot on the rifle side. Nice. And if anybody's listening out there and you're on the market, you're thinking, oh, what should I get? What should I get? I'm always going to tell everybody, start with a rimfire. Start with a rimfire. A 22 long rifle is the logical choice because it doesn't cost a lot of money to get into it. And you're going to learn a lot with your first 22 long rifle. I can tell you that right now. If you're not used to fitting something to you, that's going to be your first issue you're going to run into, probably, because there's like this mythical person that all rifles and shotguns are made for. I have yet to meet that person. And so you wouldn't go run a marathon in a pair of shoes that are ill-fitting, right? You wouldn't go and do a major hike with a 40-pound pack and boots that are too small or too big. No. And so you're probably not going to have a great time with a firearm that doesn't fit you either. And so I'm going to look to see how I can possibly maybe bring that into my curriculum also, and possibly a demonstration at the annual preppers meet. I'm always coming up with new topic ideas, and that's a really fun one. How to fit something to you. Oh, Dave. I
had to highlight it. So for the audio listeners, Dave has put a message here in the live chat that says Tannerite night.
Oh my God!
Now you're giving me more ideas, Dave. Yeah. That's idea number 2 or 3 since I started this cast with you all this evening.
I vote in favor, by the way.
You do? Okay, beautiful. So
yeah, I'll second that.
You do? All right. So I think we got a future event coming up. The biggest thing that I found, and I'm going to reiterate this about the preppers meet, and that's what inspires me, is when I talk with other people about what's hot and what's on our minds, we tend to find a lot of things in common. And lately, that's the story I'm hearing everywhere is, man, we all want to get into firearms, and I got my pal, but I just don't know what to do next. So I would love to be able to tackle that topic when we're at the annual preppers meet. If you all would be okay with that, I'd love that to be one of the little items we have on our checklist, because it's a discussion everyone wants to talk about. And I'll be glad to get into that rabbit hole with people. So yes, so not only is that something that's on our minds, but there is an event coming. I'm working on it, trying to keep it a little close to the vest, but now you're hearing a little bit of a sneak peek. If you're really interested, keep an eye on us. There's going to be an announcement while we're at the preppers meet. It's going to be a limited seat event. We're starting off with a limited amount of seats just to engage the interest, get a feel for the mechanics of it. I once was an axe throwing coach, so I know that there is a little bit of a protocol to follow when you're mixing things like drinks and axes flying through the air. There's protocols.
Don't let the axes drink. Don't let the axes drink.
And I can tell you those protocols are required in order to have insurance. So, they must work for something. So I'm working on not only the event and a full description of what the event will entail, but also to have a conceptual document that'll communicate to everybody who's going to participate. Because if it's as popular as I think it will be, I'm probably going to need some help. And if that's the case, I'll be glad to, because if I could just train people and teach people to shoot and be more responsible firearms owners and use them better, if I could do that the rest of my life, I would. I'd gladly call my boss tomorrow and say, I'm sorry, I got to hang up my spurs. I got something better to do. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. A really great event, and keep an eye out. I don't want to spoil it and speak too much about it, but it's going to have to do with the woods. That's all I got to say for now.
All right.
Very nice. That sounds exciting.
Thank you for the opportunity, Jay, and thanks, Eric. Listen,
pleasure's all ours. I think it's an organic, natural evolution of what we do, really. And if we look at the infrastructure, we have to make it successful. I mean, if the event's successful and preparedness in general is successful, then what you do is with this component and the project that you're putting together, it's just going to be a natural segue, I think. And it's not, it's such a taboo topic in Canada, and I'm sure you guys have jammed about this plenty of times. And Dean is, discovering some of the stuff. We talked, even being privy to what happened in Quebec there not too long ago. It's just,
yeah.
When you remove all the drama, all the nonsense and everything, comes down to integrity. And if you're dealing with this sort of stuff, do you trust the people you're around? And it's the sort of thing you don't really learn until you're sitting around with a bunch of guys like you. It's like, oh, you had your 870 in the woods all day. It's like, yeah, well, I had the strap digging in my shoulder. It's like, oh, you got to get the wider strap. So it doesn't, because that's a heavy rifle, right? And there's knowledge you can learn, and there's all these things you can communicate back and forth, but you only kind of want to do it within your circles of people that you can trust and respect, if that makes sense. Right. So we certainly, Dean and I certainly feel that about you, and I think that's stemmed largely from the credibility of Project Maple Seed, which is, I think, it's a fantastic organization, and knowing how much integrity was behind that, and your work with Eric here obviously was it was a no-brainer to bring you on board in some capacity. So I'm looking forward to what you have to say Saturday night as well during our announcements, and as well as post third. We'll talk about more details online. I'll let you navigate this ship, but this is great, man. I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a ton of fun, and that's what I want to focus it on. I'm just going to leave a little hint here. Ladies, please do come. And I'm going to say this: the ladies are better shooters than the guys right out of the gate.
It's true.
Yep.
Wow. 100% true.
Yeah. Guys don't like hearing this at all. But most of the girls I have taught, most of the ladies I've taught, outshoot the fellas every time. And I think that's a good strategy for everybody. When a woman, in my experience, I don't want to speak for a woman, so I'd rather have a woman repeat this. But in my experience, from what I have seen, when a woman learns to use a firearm and becomes proficient in its use, there's a level of self-confidence that is established there that I cannot give somebody. I can't give somebody that confidence. But if they take the time to learn the skills on the rifle and they instantly are able to apply it like most women I have taught do, the level of confidence they gain from that, amazing to see. So I want to tell the fellas, bring your ladies, encourage them, have the discussion, right? Whatever you do, don't give them a firearm that's way too big for them. Same thing with your kids. If you want to scare your kids from guns, give them something way too big and way outsized for them. So that's all I'm going to say there. Right? We want to welcome our new shooters, and we want to create new generations of shooters. And how we're going to do that is by having a respectful, inclusive environment where both men and women and everybody else in between can feel welcome to go and learn. And so that's going to be the objective, is to be an environment where we foster a lot of knowledge and then we share that and as widely as we can. And so the Maple Seed Project was a bit of my inspiration. I was a minor part of helping advance that project. I'm one of its original founding members, which just means that I gave a little bit more money than most to help start up the project. That's all that means. Like everybody else, I had to go and put in the work to earn the rifleman badge, and it is work. It is not easy, friends. Not easy. Is it worth it though? There's a satisfaction that comes from it that, look, it's just a Velcro badge, folks, but it feels really great to earn it. And that's what it's earning it. So I want to equip people with the same level of skills that Maple Seed does, but not exclusively limited to the rifle. I want to also add the entire pantheon of firearms choices that we have here in Canada. You know, we still have black powder too, and it has a place in the shotgun closet because there is a season for black powder. So anyway, there's a lot of reasons to get into the firearms side of things for preparedness, even if it's just to get a little bit of wild game and put that on the table for your family now and then. It gives a little bit of diversity to the plates they're offering the children and the family. I think that's a good thing. Give them an appreciation for something different and something that's here. So I want to open up that world to people. And so that's it. I'm going to kind of leave it at that because I want to let the program and the news that I'm going to release do the rest of the talking for me from there.
Oh, it sounds exciting. I'm looking forward to hearing about that.
Yeah.
You'll be the first to know about it.
I like it.
You're going to be there, right?
I'll be there. Yep.
Oh, yeah. You'll probably know about it.
So let's talk about like the admission, the passes, how people can participate and actually get involved and come out and attend the event. What are the options? So you've got family passes, general admission, day passes. You guys want to break that down a little bit?
I think Dean doesn't even know. He's like, I gotta get to the website. I use, what is this?
I ask all the hard questions. I should have warned you ahead of time.
Yeah, I'd have to go back to the website and check it out. But
did you put these questions in that link that you sent?
No, I'm just making these up as we go. I ask all the hard questions. So
I would feel really bad because then you'd be like, man, I gave this a week ago. Why don't you know the answer? I know at the top of my head, I think what we want to do Sunday is to have some kind of discount, half price, family price that is based on the number of people and doesn't have necessarily be your family. If it's a group, a tribe together, we certainly want to take care of you. We'll give you a discount. I think it's 20%. If it's 3 or more, it goes up from there. It is on the website, preppersmeet.com. And we do have financial aid. I don't know what the term is here, what the phrase would be. It's somebody's going through a rough time if they're broke. You know, if they need $50 off, if it makes that much of a difference, look at, we get it. Or $100. Look at, we're not animals here. There's a ton of logistics. So there's a ton of money flowing around. Well, there's not a ton. There's not a ton of money. But we try to be fair. We pay out. We give a kickback to everybody that teaches, and we're trying to make it more community percentage orientated, which will actually ironically be announced Saturday night because we are hiring. We are hiring. So I'm basically breaking up the company, a huge chunk, and giving it away to the community. So that'll be announced pre-podcast. And right when Frugal's doing his thing as well, so around that time. So that'll be interesting. But one thing we should probably mention is the water component at this event, because Jeff has got an event, and there's a ton you can do with water from a preparedness perspective. The filtration, maybe Jeff can elaborate more on what he was going to get into for his event. Because I was thinking, are you going to go through are you filtering it, charcoal? Is the purifier going to boil it? What are the different things that you were going to? We did something with like a 2-liter pop can with the sand and the grass, and did some filtration that way years ago.
No, I was more going to keep it really basic for the people, somewhere to get started, get moving. I mean, from my perspective of the whole thing, I think water is the most underrated prep that people have. They are just so conditioned to turn on the tap and the water's there. They don't even have to leave the house. Like I understand, with the food and that, If they need food, they got to leave the house. They got to be able to go somewhere to get it. Water, they don't have to do that. They just walk over. They turn on the tap, and to me, it just, I talk to a lot of the newer preppers, and they're like, oh, food, and they've got all of that, the MREs and all that, and I'm like, well, what do you need to make that edible food? Well, I need water. Okay, well, what's your plan? What's your water plan? How are you going to get water when you turn the tap and there's nothing there? And they're like the deer in the headlights, eh? So I just want it to be basic. Source it, tell people how to properly source it. Filter it. Absolutely. You got to, filter the nasties out of it. How to purify it. There's a few different ways. I'm not going to get into all of the life straws. You welcome me in. And the turkeys and all of that stuff. Just the basic purification, and then once you've done that, how do you store it? So that's kind of what I'm going to do. I've got an hour, and I want to have time for questions and answers afterwards. So that's kind of what I'm going to squeeze in there.
Cool.
Nice.
When is yours? Do you know, Jeff?
Pardon?
When is your presentation? Do you know, Jeff, already?
No, I don't. So
Okay.
I would leave that up to Dean. We did talk about a time, but I mean, things obviously with them, things change, things move. Somebody's late, somebody's early, whatever. So,
Well, I'll be watching for yours. I'm particularly interested in the storage side of things. Not enough.
I'm just going to sit in the back and make faces.
yeah.
Yeah, the schedule, I do it on a whiteboard at the event because I'm constantly like erasing things and changing things. It's, presenters, some of them are coming in for one day and they hit traffic in Toronto because Toronto,
Toronto.
and they're going to be an hour late. So I'm going to move this guy here, move that guy there. So, and yes, I've had a lot of people ask me, well, where's the schedule? And it's kind of fluid at this point. It's like fluid like water. But Jeff, you kind of have you fit in for a Saturday afternoon type of thing. So in and around there somewhere. But the schedule will be updated regularly at the event. We'll get that whiteboard set up in a central location so you can just walk up to it and check out who's doing what, where, and when. Pretty much anytime you're there.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's always been fluid. That's half the fun.
It helps if you got presenters who can, work with the flow.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Was there a pun intended with that? Work with the flow.
I was trying to work that in there,
Well done, Gunny. Well done.
Oh, that's good.
Any other bits or pieces about the preppers meet you guys want to highlight or talk about? And just cognizant of the time, we're getting close to the hour mark here.
Sure, fair. I'll sum up by saying thank you. You guys have plugged it a few times now over the years. It's been very cool of you to do, and it's nice to see the communities evolve, and hopefully relationships become more connected, more close. How do we keep this open? How do we just remove all the drama and just make it more, how do we set an example to the other provinces in other parts of North America to say, this is not a building that you go into with 150 vendors with products. It's,
right.
It's a survival expo.
It's not a trade show.
This is completely different. So we've got something cool. We've got a pool of cool instructors. We want to expand on it. We know our focus. We're smart enough to realize that we don't want to get politics or religion or any of this other stuff involved. We're focused. How do we make it more? How do we stay on this trajectory that we're on, and while sustain it while growing and making those connections deeper? I suppose is what I'll be focusing on the next 5 to 10 years as I give it back to the community. Saturday night was going to be great. Will be a lot of information about how the company, the event, and we've gone through the infancy stages. I think we're, I'm ready to wear a suit and tie with this thing, and we have professional contracts that we're issuing and we're hiring. So this is not a, this is excuse the term, it should have got off the pot. Is the phrase with the event. So that's where from a corporate perspective, the event's already cool, and it's gonna be fun. I already know it's just gonna be a really cool time with great people engaging and learning, and we want to grow. The trick, for lack of a better word, is how do we harness it and keep it, and how do we create stronger connections with the existing ones that we have is my focus, really. So
how many years has this been going on now?
You got to be careful. This is my thing. You got to be careful of just getting into a rut and just it being redundant. It's the same thing every year. And
that was a big thing. I think
you got to have different things. And
yes, absolutely. It did become repetitive with a couple of things, and we've had logistics issues with venues as well. And there's a lot of business things that I wasn't anticipating. And Dean and I yapped about this back in 2012. We're like on a forum. We're like, hey, how do we get some beer, get some girls out there and talk prepping, and let's have a little party in the woods and do this thing, right, where we camp out. And it is the way that it's unraveled. I had to I've felt I've had to deal with all these sort of business decisions. So it looks like I've been able to put my foot down and say, this is the way the truck's moving forward. We're on this train, or this is the trajectory, and it's good. I think we've gone through the growing pains. There we go.
Right.
Forget the last 5 minutes. The growing pains are over. We are, gentlemen.
Yeah.
We're in a very good position. It'll be great to see you guys at the Preppers Meet.
One question.
Thanks for having us.
One question, Che or Dean, from the live chat. What about dinners and food there? Can people purchase food? Is there going to be like a special dinner on the Saturday night, or what's going on there?
Yes, the deal I worked out with.
I'm just going to say this. I saw the question pop up: is the club doing dinners again? All I'm going to say is keep an eye on that Facebook page this week, because lots of stuff is coming out. That's going to be included in it. Lots of news about the club and things that are happening. Keep an eye on that Facebook page, and you'll get all the news and info over the next week.
All right.
One last thing, if you don't mind, Derek. We got 2 minutes here.
Of course, go for it.
Then I'll give the baton to Dean here. I just thought it's funny because I think I got the right guy. Dean's last year. I said, listen, you got to organize this thing. It's driving me crazy. I'm done. Take this thing over. You got to organize this thing for me. And he's like, yeah. And throughout the year, I've been saying, so you're going to come back next year and organize? And he's like, yes. And slowly, the last month or so, you're coming back next year. It's like that energy is. So it's like, so I think you can attest to, and it'll certainly be personal with you guys when we connect in person, about some of the lack of flow in the logistical stuff that goes behind the scenes to put this together. But when all is said and done, we've got some good people. You're one of them, Eric. And there's been several years now that we're finally able to solidify with greater focus what we know, how we know we want things to move forward. So I'd love to have Dean for another 10 years, to be honest. I'll tell you that right now. He's fantastic. Gentlemen.
Like I said before we started the show, organizing people is like herding cats.
Oh yeah,
it's not easy.
That's my line, sir. Herding cats. Dean, thank you. Eric, thank you very much. I'll let you conclude whatever way you want. We're talking about your books. I haven't seen those on your screen yet.
Yes.
Maybe before we go.
Let's talk about that, Dean. Yeah, we haven't touched on that yet. Your books and your website.
The background.
Yeah. Last year I came out to the Preppers Meet. I had written a book, Acres of Preparedness. That was it. I forgot the title myself.
Which I have, by the way, just so you know.
Yep. Appreciate that very much. That was about creating a prepper group sized at about the 50-person size type of thing. Recently, I've done a whole series now. I've started a series of books. I've got 3 of them out already. They're more focused for like, the family of 4 that wants to go at it alone, but keeping things sustainable, like a meat source, and but do it sustainably without inside inputs. That's the most important focus of these 3 books. Without inside inputs. And I have one on meat production. I have one on water and sanitation, which includes dealing with sewage issues. Again, without outside inputs. So there's no public sewers going on here. This is how to deal with your poop yourself. And there's another one on energy. That's it. I had to look myself. A complete energy system, which doesn't always mean just electricity. So those 3 books, there's a whole series of them. I will have them out at the Preppers Meet. You can go to CanadianPreppersNetwork.com and go to the shop. They're available through Amazon there also. But yeah, I'll have a booth set up at Preppers Meet. I'll have, of course, some T-shirts. I'll have all 4 of the books that I've done. And I'm also going to be demoing something. I'm sure Frugal's heard of this, the Strikeman system. Laser targeting, where you do not need to actually use live ammo to practice shooting. It's a really great system, not very expensive. I'll be demoing that, and you'll be able to purchase it online, not directly from the site, but you'll be able to purchase it online from the booth. Trust me, you're not going to be able to miss my booth this year. It's going to be visible from far away. I'll just leave it at that. So yeah, if you want to head over and check it out, CanadianPreppersNetwork.com, click on the shop, and you'll be able to see those 3 books and a more in-depth description than what I can give you guys here. If that interests anybody.
They could be signing books.
And
Autograph.
It's your fun, but I mean, it can only depreciate the value of the book, honestly. I'm not a famous writer or anything, so yeah, it probably won't make it worth anything until I die. So hopefully that'll be a long time.
Oh, fantastic! That's awesome. I put the link in the live chat for anybody that's listening, and I'll throw it in the notes as well for the audio podcast, so folks can check that out and head on over and grab a copy of the books, or better yet, grab a copy at the Preppers Meet. Get an autograph.
Yeah. Buy them now. Bring it along. I'll sign them if anybody wants them.
There you go. Perfect.
Love books.
All right. Any other last minute things you guys want to toss in, or shall we move into Jeff's weather blurb?
I've said my piece. Dean, floor is yours, sir.
I think we've pretty much run the course.
Covered it.
And just say it one more time. Keep an eye and on that Facebook page. Subscribe, whatever you have to do on Twitter, Facebook, or whatever it's called these days, to get the notifications. Keep an eye on it. There's lots of stuff coming out in the next week.
Next week, I was going to say Wednesday, tentatively, it'll be a very big announcement. So
very big announcement coming Wednesday. Yeah,
probably around Wednesday. So, Facebook is the right thing. Yeah, exactly it. Keep an eye on the Facebook page. Exactly.
I'll be glued to the Facebook page on Wednesday.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, thanks, gentlemen. Appreciate it. Jeff, you want to do your weather blurb quick?
Sure. We haven't been on for a couple of weeks, but it's been pretty active. There's been a lot of severe weather, a couple of tornado outbreaks. We actually had a tornado here just outside of London in a little place called Glencoe just a couple of days ago. It was an EF1, turned over a few house trailers and knocked down a couple of barns, caused some damage. It's not unusual actually in southern Ontario to get a couple of tornadoes. So, but beginning tomorrow and lasting most of the week, we're going to be covered by a heat dome. It's going to be over most of central and eastern U.S. and Canada. In the United States, up here we call it a humidex. In the States, they call it a heat index. But but for a lot of places, like even pretty far north, they're going to be into the triple digits, 100 plus degrees. So all I can say is that heat can be life-threatening. Stay cool, stay hydrated. Most important, do not leave your animals in your car. I will hunt you down if you do. If you have to work outside, take plenty of breaks, drink lots of fluids. With this heat, there's always the risk of pop-up thunderstorms that can become severe. The CAPE, which is convective available potential energy, or AKA storm fuel, is going to be very high. All you need is a storm to develop, and it's got all the fuel it needs to become severe very quickly. That's going to be the tricky part, is if storms are going to develop and where they're going to develop. It makes it difficult to say, hey, you live in Toronto, you're going to get a storm this afternoon, and you may get nothing, and down the road in Hamilton, they get pounded on. So it's hard to say. Just keep an eye on the sky. I was going to say listen to your weather radio. We don't have that in Canada anymore. So that's
don't get me started, Jeff.
Complaint about that. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Even and when I'm talking about this heat dome, even areas that are not used to this heat, like we're talking places like Detroit, Chicago, Green Bay, Wisconsin, those places, they're going to be into the 100-degree temperatures, and that's unusual for them, and it's pretty dangerous. The Mid-Atlantic, so like we're talking New York, New Jersey, Boston, that even them on Thursday, they're going to be baking. So the one question I've heard from a lot of people is this an El Nino driven heat wave? And the answer to that is no. I'll talk on a future podcast about El Nino and what it's going to do for the weather, what it means, looking ahead. If it develops the way they say it's going to be pretty interesting. One thing, though, that the El Nino is starting to build a little bit, the one good part about it is it slows down the Atlantic hurricane season. It creates strong wind shear, and as storms try to develop, the wind shear hits them and they just fall apart. I mean, by this time last year, we'd already had 3 named storms. We've only had 1, and it was only a tropical depression. So that's a good thing for, people in the Atlantic, the Florida, Carolinas, even into Cuba and those places down there. So not saying it's not going to happen, not saying stuff's not going to pick up, but we're getting off to a slow start, which is a good thing. So, and I'll leave it at that.
Are you saying there's a silver lining to the cloud?
Yes, actually, if you want to go that way.
Sorry.
Well done, Gunny. Well done.
Sorry, I got to do the dad jokes tonight.
Yeah, I guess you owed me that one.
Well, with that, I'll bring episode number 276 of the Canadian Prepper Podcast to an end. You can find the audio podcast on iTunes, Spotify, or, of course, your favorite podcast app. I'm pretty sure we're on pretty much all of them by now. Please do take a minute to submit a review. It does encourage the algorithm for at least 25 seconds to promote us until they realize we're talking about prepping, and then they throw us back down to the bottom.
And we record these shows live on YouTube, Facebook as well. If you want an early peek at the shows, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Canadian Prepper Podcast. Click the notifications tab. That gives you an alert when we're going live. Anybody wants to reach out to me about anything, I'm not responsible enough for my own email, so it's feedback@prepperpodcast.ca.
And I don't know if anyone's noticed, but Brad decided to bail on us, so he's not here anymore.
No, Brad's gone.
Frugal.
Well, I'm Frugal Gunny. You can reach me on Facebook. I am on the gram. I'm on some of the socialist medias, but I also have my own site at offgridschool.ca, and I will be in person at the annual Preppers Meet. So meet me there.
Fantastic. Che and Dean, thanks again for coming out this evening. Looking forward to the meet, and it's going to be a good time, as it has many years in the past as well. So it's going to be a good go. So thanks everyone for joining us. Until next time, be prepared, stay safe,
and keep learning.